I see you kind of like sticking it out with this person, even though they did something, like they had to have done something. I have the 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. I've got a few other things here, but this graceful persistence and overcoming obstacles, like there's something that this person did that you're just like, wow, you know? Like, okay, I'm hearing like, I see you, you know? Nine of Pentacles. I mean, are you like used to this? 9 of Pentacles, the Lovers, 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing it makes sense, which is weird. It makes sense. Like, what makes sense? It makes sense that this person would do that thing, or what makes sense? But the 9 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 2 of Swords is telling me that like this collective is in a place of, you know, I'm hearing stagnation, but it doesn't really feel like stagnation. It feels like curiosity of like what this person is going to do next. Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands. Yeah, what this person is going to do next. How are they going, like what are they going to reveal? What are they going to do next? 3 of Cups. I don't like that. 3 of Cups and the Sun with the 2 of Cups. So there is something good coming in here. The Knight of Wands and Death reversed. 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is my question for you. 4 of Wands on the split. Is it enough? 8 of Swords. Whoa, can we get any more double-edged than this sword? I don't think so. 9 of Swords. Scared that they're gonna do it again. A total lack of trust. Hang on. I kind of feel like you're playing the long game with this one. High Priestess, the Hermit, the Moon, 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, but there's the 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I just wonder, and you know, I'll pose questions during readings. It's more for your reflection. I'm not ascribing it to like whatever's going on in the cards, but like, I just wonder if you're, I guess, maybe putting this person into a box a little bit, or like trying to, it's like transform or die, you know, like grow or die. And I understand like the devotion element, 2 of Cups, and I do understand obviously there's something really good about the connection, but I also see you here in a place that 8 of Cups, I also see you in a place here that feels very intentional and calculated in a way that kind of worries me. It's like you've put this person in the doghouse and you're hoping that they will see like the writing on the walls. And what if they don't, though? Like, what are you going to do if they don't, you know? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because, see, we have the 3 of Cups and the Sun here again. The reason why I'm asking that question is because this 3 of Cups and Sun energy is really giving me like someone who, and then the Knight of Wands came out too. It's giving me the energy of someone who thinks that they can just show up and do enough and then barely get by, and like it's like we're glazing it over, we're putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. Do you get that sense from this person? Is this a pattern? You'll have to let me know. The Magician. I split to the Magician earlier, which doesn't really make me feel any better, to be honest, because when I split to it, I had all these other cards here that, you know, the message that I gave still stands. The Magician, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, Justice. Hang on. So I understand that you've put boundaries in place with this person. And I also understand that, like, I think I said something about, like, the devotion, right? If you know me, you know that, like, big on devotion over here. But I wonder, and so I'll put this out there. I don't know. There's a lot of questions in this reading, okay? I want you to think here. And I know that you are, but I want you to just maybe think from, like, a more accountable point of view. Okay, success in reverse, romance, stagnation, safety, patience at the bottom of the deck. That's all fine, right? That's all fine. I think the reason why I'm asking so many questions is because if we don't ask these questions, then it's possible that we're having like a lapse in integrity, right? The selfishness, and I feel like this collective knows that. Like, I feel like you're pretty good here. Ten of Pentacles, the wand, Ace of Wands, the Sun at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're growing here too. And maybe that's why you're being so like patient, because you can see, I like this, because you can see that, I mean, like I'm seeing that High Priestess, the Star just came out here, the Fool. You must be able to see where it's not like you made all of these like mistakes in this situation, right? But I think that the rigidity that maybe you had about what a relationship is or how you show up in a relationship is Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Maybe the idea of that you had of like what should be is what's being changed here. Like I'm seeing like Four of Cups and Ten of Cups as kind of like taking the time to consider what is actually fulfilling, and then the High Priestess and the Four of Swords. Wow, so maybe these boundaries are much more for you than they are for the other person. I would imagine that thing that I said about kind of being in the doghouse, makes a lot of sense or would apply. But I would also say that like if you have that confronting energy where like they are in the doghouse, they are on timeout, whatever, that maybe like this part of the reading where I'm saying like, are you evolving? Maybe that'll activate something for you. Let's get their energy. This is someone that just like keeps fucking up, isn't it? I don't think that they're sabotaging. I think that they're genuinely making mistakes, which is probably why you're like being so patient, you know? Eight of Pentacles, Strength, Three of Cups, Page of Swords, but I also have the Empress and the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. I asked about intentions, and then the Knight of Cups and the Empress came out, but all of these other cards, especially like the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, that's what tells me that this person is they just keep making mistakes, and they like know that they keep making mistakes. Six of Wands on the split, maybe from like a prideful place. I feel like this person's dad is like a huge influence on them, or some kind of like masculine figure that maybe was like very domineering. This is intuitive, but it also just kind of makes sense. Two of Pentacles in reverse, absolute uncertainty, kind of sloppiness. I'm hearing this could have really put your relationship at risk at different times. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups, the World. Oh, it's like they don't want to be miserable anymore. Like that's the one thing that they know for sure, right? The one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to be miserable anymore. The one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to... I'm hearing like I don't want to do this anymore. So maybe for some of you, this is like a cycle, right? Yeah, Nine of Swords, the World. It must be a cycle, right? Whether larger or smaller within just your union with this person. Ace of Wands on the split. You're probably having the same kind of, or some kind of very similar dialogue, internal dialogue to what I'm expressing here. So let's get outcome. Hang on. So this is outcome and advice. Your boundaries obviously need to be maintained because there's still some anxiety about the stability of the relationship, but also I think that in your reflection, in your time away, you might kind of come to certain conclusions or have certain realizations that this person wasn't being totally honest about everything. You might realize that this person at different moments was kind of, I think, Five of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's like it's giving like white lies, and you're going to have to judge for yourself if that is excusable or okay. Innocence at the bottom of the deck. This is the second time I've split to romance. I want you to get really comfortable in your home. That's another thing that's emphasized here. As much as they want to put you in the Empress archetype, you got to do that for yourself, because that's going to be a part of kind of your leveling out here of like what like, what am I doing here? And do I want to stay here? Am I going to keep this person around? The devotion is great. Yourself should be first.